Hey everybody, welcome back to Professor Layton versus Phoenix Wright. And now the two heroes are going to meet each other, apparently. They both got sucked into the same fairy tale book that they met a girl named Espella who had it. And now they're both in the same predicament. So we'll see what happens. Luke, wake up, my boy. Uh, um, yeah, Professor. Good. Glad to see you awake. Glad to be back. Are you feeling alright? Yeah, I'm fine. A bit drowsy, though. I guess I fell asleep all of a sudden. Oh, wait, now I remember. Professor, what happened with the witches? And where exactly are we? Well, Luke, I've only just woken up myself. We've been here in this horse-drawn wagon since I woke. Well, how did we end up asleep in a wagon? That is something we must now find out. First of all, where are we? And secondly, where are we being taken? There's another passenger over there. Let's start by asking her. Good thinking, Professor. Excuse me, but I was wondering if you could tell us where this wagon is heading. Where it's heading? That really is a meaningless question. It goes without saying, since there's only one place we could possibly be heading. I'm not sure I entirely follow. What do you mean by one place? If you really want to know, why don't you ask the wagon driver? Although, whether you ask or not, we'll be arriving at our destination soon anyway. If that's the case, surely it wouldn't hurt to just tell us. Luke, let's take her advice. We may have better luck with the driver. Alright, if you say so. See if there's any hint coins around. Vegetables. There we go. It's always in the lights. That's a big Professor Layton clue. If you're looking for hint coins, always look to the lights. And there's a bag there. That's a hint coin. There we go. That's probably all of them. Hee hee, so you finally woke up, did you? I was wondering what to do with you both. I was starting to think you'd never wake up. Excuse me, but where is it that we're going? Me oh my, you didn't get into this wagon without knowing where it's headed, did you? Well, in truth, we only just became aware that we were in here. Until a moment ago, we were just at London Tower Bridge in London. I'm afraid we have no recollection of having boarded this wagon. Hee hee, you certainly say the strangest things. You're both still half asleep, aren't you? Half asleep? Of course not. As far as I remember, you've both been in this wagon from the very start. There's no way that's right. And besides... Now, don't get so worked up, Sonny. You'll upset the other passengers. I know nothing about the two of you except from what I've seen. My job is to carry my passengers to that town. A town, you say? Well, looky here. It just come into sight. Why not take a peek out, hmm? Captain, all prisoners accounted for, sir. I want you to keep it in mind, men, that the peace of this town is in your hands. You never forget that no matter what happens, the people look to you to keep the peace. We proud knights of the Order will always protect the people. Yes, sir, for honor and glory. Captain, What can I do for you, my little ones? I want to join the Order of Knights and patrol the streets like you. Haha, that's an upstanding ambition, lad. Perhaps when you're a little bigger. Yes, sir. I can do my very best to grow up as soon as I can, sir. I like your spirit, young man. Be seeing you. Oh, you look so pleased with yourself. You don't really think a weakling like you could join the Order of the Knights, do you? Hey, that's not a nice thing to say. Every boy wants to be a knight. Oh, what can he do for one as sweet as you, this bardly bard called Bardley? Could you sing me a little song, something romantic to melt my heart? Oh, fair maiden, the pleasure is mine, a worthy song for such a love such as thine. No, the love in your heart and the love in your head is full and warm like freshly baked bread. Sweet. Professor, this town is full of weirdos. Look at those people over there. They're all wearing period costumes. I've never seen that in London. You're right, Luke. This town would appear to resemble the one we saw pictured in that book. Although I'm somewhat puzzled as to how we've ended up here. There's nothing strange about any of this. Oh, you're the passenger from the wagon. The fact that we are here now is a predetermined turn of events. Well, what do you mean? We were just brought here from outside. This outside of which you speak, just exactly what are you referring to? Huh? Well, I mean, London, of course. There's no such place, nor is there any such thing as an outside. Not here. Not in Labyrinthia. Labyrinthia? Oh, what? You mean this really is Labyrinthia? Even so, it doesn't mean that London doesn't exist. If we went back the way we came, we'd be bound to come across it eventually. If you don't believe me, then why don't you take a look with your own eyes? Ah, Professor, the gate is gone. The gate we came through was right behind us, wasn't it? Yes, it certainly was there. So if that's the case, why does no one around here seem surprised? Seeing such a big gate disappear like that. Hey, where'd she go? This is most perplexing. What's going on here? If this really is Labyrinthia, then could it be that we've somehow ended up inside that book? You mean the book Espella was showing us, don't you? The Historia Labyrinthia. That's right, Luke. Do you recall what happened to us at Tower Bridge? Well, I remember when that book started glowing, but after that I'm totally blank. Professor, you don't think we've somehow been pulled inside that book, do you? Well, it's a bit early to be drawing conclusions just yet, my boy. There are quite a few people around here. Let's start off by asking a few questions. Let's look for hint coins also. Look at all this fresh produce, Professor. They're selling various equipment. Swords and shields are lined up on the display counter. Maybe there aren't any hint coins here. I've certainly been looking enough. I don't see anything. Alright, let's talk to this guy. Looks like we got a puzzle to do. You finished patrolling the area then? Yes, sir. Nothing to report at present, sir. We must be even more on our guard than usual today. Yes, sir. Oh, by the way, Captain. Yes? I don't mean to alarm you, but there appears to be a couple unusual characters approaching our vicinity, sir. What? Boy there, you two. What business do you have with the Order of the Knights? Oh, we'd like to ask a few questions about the area. About the Order of the Knights. Are you really real knights? What is that? You're not poking fun at the Order of the Knights, are you? Well, that was certainly not our intention. We were merely noting that your appearance is somewhat unusual. You're saying we're unusual, are you? Well, that's an unusual thing to say. We usually patrol Labyrinthia, doing our usual duty of keeping the usual order. Tell me, what's unusual about that? If anyone's unusual here, it's you two. And I find it quite unusual that I've never seen either of you two characters before. Which part of town are you from? We, just came here in the back of a wagon through the gate over there. But then we noticed that the gate vanished. You didn't see anything, did you? Gate? What gate? But there was a gate. We just came through it from outside. Outside? Now I've been patient with you two, but nothing you're saying makes a lick of sense. My apologies. I'm afraid it's been a while since we've been here on the main street. And I seem to remember there having been a gate of some sort around here. But, Professor... Look, I think it would be prudent to play along here. There's definitely something fishy about you two. Captain, you don't suppose these two are... No, I doubt that, although they do look and act strangely. Maybe we could test them to see if they really do live here. That test. Yes, that might be a good idea. I know a good way of deciding whether you two are dubious characters or not. Well, what are you going to do? Well, it's very simple. If you really are upstanding members of this community, then you'll be able to solve this. Solve? Solve what? Luke, it appears this town has puzzles similar to those of our own world. What are you bumbling about? Are you ready? Then here we go. Puzzle time. Everyone knows here in the Order we strive for excellence. Ensuring you can properly block any attack with your shield is an integral part of maintaining that reputation. We're not leaving here until each and every one of you shows me you can block. Now show me what you got. Touch the piece and you like to move. So move the piece around the screen. Use my desired location. Use my lifting and stylus for the screen. So basically... he needs to be on top. This guy should probably be in the corner. No, he can't be there. That doesn't work because he's unprotected. If I put him here. That should work. Everyone's blocked.
I've already seen the answer. You should expect no less from a gentleman.
Well done. Perfect form. You've done the Order proud. As for the slackers, consider yourself training until overtime, until you get it right. Truly impressive puzzle solving. Of course, any member of our community could solve it. But those who can solve it with this level of insight are few and far between. You are no longer under suspicion, although I must advise you to speak and act with more caution henceforth. Today being a special day, we are on an even higher level of alert than usual.
Seemed a bit touch and go for a moment, but I think we've convinced him.
Not only that, but it seems that puzzles are a familiar concept here. Which means if we run into trouble, we should be able to overcome it through our usual puzzle-solving approach.
That's good to know. That puzzle was a bit different to what we're used to, though. It seemed to be a puzzle rather unique to this town,
and all the more worth solving for it. Wouldn't you say, Luke?
Too right, Professor. So what's our next step?
Well, my boy, first and foremost,
I suggest we take a look around and investigate this town of Labyrinthia. Alright, let's do that, but where should we start? We know next to nothing about this town. That's true, Luke, although if you recall, we do know somebody who has been here before us. Ah, you mean Carmine, right? Precisely. It appears that Carmine was able to leave this town and return to London. However, it would also appear that he was unaware of how he managed to do so. So you mean... I think it's Carmine, whatever. Carmine's activities here may be the only clue to getting us back? I'm afraid so, Luke. First things first, let's see if we can find any signs of his presence here. Right you are, Professor. Let's start investigating. Enjoy yourselves while you can, for you will no doubt soon realize the role you have been chosen to play. The flag bears some coat of arms, it seems. Kinda weird that there's no hint coins around, but whatever. I haven't seen you two around here before. Do you know where you're standing? Well, I might be wrong, but I think we're in Labyrinthia. That's not what I mean. You tell him, Cecil. Me? Well, it's just our territory, you see. Your territory? That's right. You two just went and walked in right into our territory. Oh, I get it. You mean we walked into the area you always play in, right? Sorry, we didn't realize. Do you mind if we join you here for a while? You heard him. What do you think? Oh, I guess it'd be alright. The more the merrier, I say. Fine, here's what we'll do. If you can solve this puzzle, you can stick around. It's our initiation test. It's really difficult when they don't split up who's talking. It's just one of the two. Alright, here we go. Unusual music box. There are 4 dolls atop a music box. Each doll is facing in a different direction. Touching the buttons of the touchscreen will turn the 2 of the dolls 90 degrees. Rotate the dolls so they all face forward. However, you cannot press the same button twice in a row. Well, this might take a little while, but seems fairly straightforward. Now the queen's facing forward and the king's facing forward. So I don't want to press that one, because that'll move the king in the... at least according to the hint. That screwed it all up. Well, now the king's the only one that's not facing forward. Oh, shoot. There we go.
Don't worry. Leave this one to me. As you'd expect from a gentleman in training.
Excellent. Let the dancing commence. Commence the jiggling. Hey, you're pretty good. That was a piece of cake. After all, solving puzzles is my specialty. Yeah, me too. It'll only take me 10 seconds to do a puzzle like that. Really? I didn't know you solved puzzles. You keep out of this. Nobody asked you. Anyway, now you're official member as promised. From now on, you're number 2. Number 2? Yep, I'm number 1. You should feel proud. As number 2, you can walk around the town freely. Are they the same? Are they one single person? Do they share a soul? Not only that, but I'll let you in on a secret. If you check those green flags over there, you'll find something I hid there. Okay, thanks. Somehow I get the feeling that if I hadn't become number 2, I couldn't have walked around town freely. Green flags. Let's go here.
Hey, a hit coin. Thanks, kid. Are there any other green flags? Not that I can... Not that does anything when I hover over them. There we go. I knew there was one more. Okay, now we can move on. It's a very detailed statue portraying a knight. A cat. I like looking at animals almost as much as I like solving puzzles. Costs of win are rattling the shop sign. Seems they're closed today. Oh, what the hell? There we go. Okay, that's all the hint coins that'll be here. Have to talk to this stupid bard. Oh, what we have here, a man and a lad, like two lost sheep. It makes me so sad. Well, were you singing for us? Oh, how fascinating. This man is clearly a minstrel. Minstrel? They were around in the Middle Ages, weren't they? Indeed, in the Middle Ages, minstrels were a kind of professional musician or poet. Although I do find it a little embarrassing to be referred to as a lost sheep. Well, at least it's better than being called a little lost lamb, right, Professor? Little lost lambs, please have no fear. The bard, your shepherd, is standing right here. Labyrinthian town, so your ways be known. I shall give you the lambs a map of their very own. You're right, Luke. I did prefer sheep. But it is most kind of this gentleman to provide us with a map of the town. It is my pleasure, it is my delight. I am only doing what is right. Thank you, minstrel. This map will come in handy. The sheep are happy, the bard is pleased, but sadly that map is a bit of a tease. Huh? What do you mean? Actually, the map I just gave you is all in pieces. What? That's kind of a mean trick. Map mishap. Oh boy. Actually, I think it's probably easier if I can move them. Yeah, let's... Middle pieces so the street forms a circle around the houses. Okay. That's the great start. That looks right. I don't that's right. I think I got all of this right. And this could be right. Yeah, that's probably right. Okay. No. That's right. As you can tell by the little bottom spot. No, that's not right. No, I don't think that's right. No. That's right. And that's right. That's gotta be it.
I've already seen the answer. Come what may, puzzles are there to be solved.
Correct. Now you're fully equipped to explore Labyrinthia. Oh, mappy days. Minstrel, you did it. You fixed the map. Well done. Now I can continue with my bardly descriptions of the town. The sheep helped the shepherd, and now all is well. The bard he can sing, of the town he can tell. Please, think nothing of it. I'm just glad we have the map in one piece now. Now let me tell you about our proud town. The first thing you should know is that it is round. Right is a baker selling bread for your meal. Left is a weaponsmith sharpening steel. In the north of the town, people gather and wait, and I must go soon before it's too late. There definitely seems to be something big going on to the north, Professor. Yes, it would appear so, Luke. Let's make sure to have a look a little later. I'm guessing she probably has a puzzle. Nope. Alright, well, let's just talk to her then. Ho hum, ho he, I'm just so happy. Why are you so happy? Well, that should be obvious. Today I get to gaze upon Inquisitor Barnum and all his splendor. Inquisitor Barnum? What's he like? Are you serious? I can't believe there's a young boy who doesn't know about Zach Barnum. He's so splendid and handsome and kind. He's so amazing. I'm surprised anyone could be that wonderful. Oh, you'll understand when you see him. He'll be making an appearance soon over at the North Parade Avenue. Ho hum, ho he, I'm just so happy. Now I go and see what I will see. She seems to have headed north. She said North Parade Avenue, didn't she? You think some sort of event will be taking place there? Can't say for certain, but wherever you look, the townspeople certainly do seem excited about something. Could be that today some kind of special social event is being held today. Sounds exciting. Let's hurry up and see what's going on. Alright, so I think I'm going to leave it here for now that the town's opened up and we kind of got our introduction. I guess for a while we are going to be switching back and forth, so it seems like it's going to be a little while before Phoenix and Professor Layton actually meet each other. But whatever, I'm enjoying it. I like all the little puzzles and stuff, so hope you're enjoying it as well, and my mediocre voice acting, so I think I got Professor and Luke down pretty good, but the other ones are a little, okay. So, yeah, thanks for joining me, and we will have more of this on Sunday with Broken Sword tomorrow. If you like this, you'll probably like Broken Sword. And, yeah, we'll have more of Broken Sword on Monday than the normal schedule. So, hope you have a great weekend, and we will see you next time. Later.